Welcome to Space Socket. A 29-year-old woman says dating broke her from men. Kevin Samuel steps in to school her. Let's dive in.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing very well. How about yourself?
I'm okay. How old are you?
I am 29.
29. And your name is Naughty?
Yeah, Nikki Nubian. Naughty, because I'm naughty.
Okay, I got it. I got it. That's why I was like, I say before I ask, let me figure out. So what do you got for me? We're all over the place tonight.
We
So
we are. I've been sitting with you from the start. I do want to start by saying, and I feel you, my mind is everywhere as well because there's been a lot of interesting conversations. Um, I do want to start off saying that I am with you when it comes to domestic abuse
hmm
and of false accusations and all of that stuff. Um,
hmm
and I definitely agree. If you can't come with the facts, then please save all of that. Another thing that I wanted to touch on was um, I kind of forgot. Now that I'm here, another thing that I did want to touch on with the last conversation was, well, not the last one, but the one before that
Okay.
was,
The mother?
well, there was a couple of mothers
Right.
actually, but there was one. We did touch on the fact that yes, you can definitely raise your kid, but facts is facts. People raise their kids differently. You know, it's different touches of things like that. So you don't really know who your kid is going to date. You know, people actually
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, me people I think sorry.
No, you're fine.
Once your kid is outside dealing with
Mhm.
with a woman,
Mhm.
it could happen. It could
Exactly.
happen.
Exactly.
So I asked the original question: are modern women dating out of fear or laziness?
I think a lot of people are really dating out of fear. I think it's actually both. I'm really 50-50. And the reason why I say both is because fear, one, people are hurt of, from trust and stuff like that. But I think it's also laziness because a lot of people don't want to put in that work.
Are you saying people? Are you saying men or women?
I'm
Which one?
thinking, well, I can only speak for women. I think women don't want to kind of put in that work, honestly. Like we can sit here and look cute all day, but if you can't present nothing and offer anything to the
How many?
table, then
How many? How many men? If you had to guess,
yeah.
how many men could the average woman date before it starts to affect her mentally?
Mm. If they're in the dating scene, I'll probably say I'm really just gonna really throw out a number. I'm gonna probably say five. If it doesn't work out, then they should start probably questioning.
Well, I'm talking about mental. So basically, I don't
Mhm.
think women are. In my opinion, women really aren't structured to be dating.
Yeah,
Dating damages the average women. You're not supposed to do. Dating is new.
yeah.
So at what point should women start to recognize if I've dated more than so many people, I've got mental issues?
Like how many guys?
Yeah.
I think they should. I think they should really start with. I'm gonna say maybe two to really start to figure out if it's
Now
something
you
that they're
understand.
really
Now you
looking.
understand. No, no. What I'm trying. I'm not trying to. What I'm trying to say is the
Mm,
average woman in this country. If you
yeah.
say you start dating at age 16,
Mm,
that's age of high school sweetheart. Okay. Then you have one or two boyfriends in your college years. All right. Most women would have been married by that time,
mm,
70, 80 years ago. Women didn't get a chance to date 30 guys, have sex with 40 guys.
mm.
At what point should the average woman say, I've had one boyfriend, two boyfriend, three boyfriend, one, two, three dates. I've been out with seven different men I would call relationships, 3 months or longer. Because if women are going into because what you said is women are going into the marketplace fearful because of traumas. Well, then You got to address that.
Right.
And how many before that happens? Just how many licks does it take to get to the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop? I think probably three. I think three. I think three relationships before y'all are all mentally warped.
Hmm. And I definitely agree. And the reason why I agree is because it really takes those type of conversations, the right conversations, one, to really figure out if it's something that you want to do, one, to put yourself out there, but then two, what do you need to do as an individual to see if you really want to do this before,
Do what?
if you really want to date, like if you have something to offer. I feel like
Well,
you,
unless you're making 2.5, unless you make enough money, it ain't really a requirement. I don't think. See, I guess I'm a disconnect with you on this because
mhm,
I don't think women have an option to date.
yeah,
And in the black community, 74% of black women make less than $50,000.
hmm,
You can't live on 50 grand.
hmm, that's true.
9% of black women make over $75,000.
Hmm.
So all this, I don't know what I have to offer, whatever. Uh, then how you gonna live?
That is true. So can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
My question is, I have to ask you this question, even though you're asking us.
Mm-hmm.
I probably did miss like the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes. But my question is, do you feel like we are dating out of fearful or laziness?
Both. I think women are dating out of fear. I think
Hmm.
women date out of fear because when you talk to the average woman, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to pick wrong. I don't want this. I don't want that. And
Right?
why are you going into dating is not supposed to be a fear-based thing.
Hmm.
You're not supposed to walk into relationships and dating worried
With,
about the worst.
yes,
And if you're
very
coming
true.
into it worried about the worst, you need a mental evaluation.
Hmm.
And if you're worried about the worst based upon your lived experiences, you need a mental clearing.
Hmm.
My grandmother and my women shouldn't, and the problem is women have too many bodies,
Hmm.
whether that's sex partners or whether that's emotional partners. You guys are dealing with too many men. Social media is allowing women to basically, if you think of men as food, women are obese because you have too much contact. We're supposed to live in towns of 5,000 is the largest human settlement. Supposed to live really in roughly 500 people, 250 men and women, males and females. You're not supposed to date this many people. You're supposed to find somebody, marry them, be on. We're not
Hmm.
supposed to live in cities of a million and be disconnected, living in little boxes.
Hmm.
So now, how many women are getting to know this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy? I like this guy. It didn't work. Trauma. Then I'm gonna take this trauma to this guy,
Hmm.
and it didn't work. Double trauma. Then I'm gonna find this guy. Triple trauma. And I haven't got any of this worked out. When you should have end up being married to the guy you had sex with the first time and been off the grid.
Hmm.
That's y'all. Bottom line, ladies, you're not built to date. You're not built for multiple men.
Hmm. And the reason why I agree with you is because we do try to, like you said, it's taste testing. I'm not saying like sexually, but I'm just saying like if we getting to know these guys, and one, I feel like that's time wasted. When you're getting to know these people and then having these conversations, and the conversations can be so weak as far as what you're doing every single day when you're a working woman and
See, the thing
the
is,
story's the
you
same.
shouldn't even be getting to know a guy. If you go out with a man, you should be interviewing for what you can do to be his wife. Hello,
Hello, Kevin.
how are you?
Oh my God, I'm good. How are you?
I am well. We'll switch out the mic a little bit later on. So, how old are you?
I am 30 years old.
30 years old. So, what are we going to talk about? The fear and the laziness in modern dating, or what? What are we talking about?
Let's talk about laziness.
All right. Are you single or are you married?
I have been married for 12 years and I have two kids.
Okay. How old is your youngest?
She's about to be 9 on the 14th.
Do you have any sisters?
I have 3 sisters and about brothers.
How many brothers?
9.
From one mother and father?
No, my dad was married 5
Oh,
times.
okay. God damn. I was like, is your mother still able to walk? I'm just kidding. So, are your sisters married?
Yes, except the youngest. She's not married. She's kind of like cuckoo, so.
Hold on. You said she's gone cuckoo. Cuckoo? No, not the cuckoo. Uh, well, what? Okay, so how old is your youngest sister?
She is 23.
Okay, and what when you said she went cuckoo? What is?
I mean, she's just mama's kid, you know?
Mm-hmm.
My mom spoiled the two last ones, and
Ah,
yes.
they were getting a little bit. And they're like, "Ah, just get up out of here." So, what advice would you give? What advice are you going to give to your daughters about
I'm just setting
men?
a good example.
Okay, setting a good example, great. But what are you going to tell them? What are you going to tell your daughter she needs to do regarding a man?
Men. Okay, so I don't. Oh God, this is hard.
Yeah, let me tell you why.
It is whenever
Let me
put on.
let me tell you why. Because you can show them something, but what happens is you ladies don't tell your daughters a man is necessary for this and this, and a man is necessary for this and this. And because a man is necessary and you want him, you need to do this and this and this and this and this for a man in order to keep the man that you find that is necessary.
Okay, can I say all the stuff I do?
No. Imagine they don't speak adult.
No, but I'm setting a very good example. I work out every day. I'm a personal trainer, real estate
Got it.
agent. I bring her with me to places. Her father works very hard for us.
Hmm.
And so I do the cleaning, the cooking, the paying all the bills, all of that. And she knows that because her father works and he provides for us.
Uh-huh.
And this is all the stuff I do.
Okay, well, I've been running this show for almost going on the better part of a year and a half.
Right.
And I've talked to women around the world who do what you do and thought they were setting an example, and their daughters didn't get the information. I spent about 20 minutes talking to a woman last night with 4 daughters. So I need you to imagine, just imagine for the sake of that you're wrong. Just imagine that you're wrong.
But can I say,
No. You got to listen.
okay.
You got to imagine, what if you're not right? Are you willing? Is it that important to be right? Or is it more important to look at the facts on the ground and say, you know what? Maybe he has a point. Maybe I need to show and tell.
You're right.
Okay, then why not make sure? What's the problem with telling?
Okay, well, can I tell you a little bit about my background and how I,
Well, we got to get through it though, because I got other people. So I want to understand. I mean, I'm not disputing, but what I'm saying is, no disrespect, ma'am, but you ladies all want to be right. And the problem is the relationships are falling apart because women aren't engaging in relationships like they used to. And the young women are saying we weren't taught. So I can show you how to do math. I
right?
can show you how to bake a pie, but I need to give you instructions and tell you why.
You're right.
You're a personal trainer, right?
I am. Yes, I
You
am.
can show them how to do the techniques, but you need to tell them why they're doing it to make it connect.
You're right. You're right about
That's all I'm saying.
right about that. But I'm just teaching them what I know, coming from a family, a very big family actually, which my mom was barely there, you know.
Hmm.
So I think I'm doing the best of my ability that I can.
What if it ain't good enough?
I don't know that, and it's like,
See, and see, that's what I need you to understand. Put your ego to the side, because it always goes to anytime I give women constructive criticism, even the nicest of you get defensive. It's like, well, I'm doing the best that I can. Okay. How many people come through the door and say, you know what, I come from a family who had bad diet and I can't stem. I'm doing the best that I can. And you're like, yeah, but the best isn't getting your outcome.
right. I came from the Middle East, and I came through the war. I came through BS, ran for my life. So I think that what I have now here, I appreciate every minute of it, every second of it. I appreciate every little thing in life.
We're not talking about you though.
We're talking.
You're talking about the girls, the daughters. And see, I think this is a good conversation because this sign language, the need to be right, is so evident in so many women in the West. It's hard for you guys to imagine that you may, even at your best, okay. See, we used to have a village concept. You did
Right.
what you would do for your family. Another woman would do what they would do, but everybody had a stake in it. But today, nobody can tell anybody anything.
You're right.
What if your neighbor, what if your neighbor is raising the son that's supposed to marry your daughter, right? And your neighbor he's showing his son. He's showing his son, but he didn't tell him. Then he gets with your daughter, and because he was shown but not told, he can't protect, provide, and do what he needs to do. You're going to want your daughter to be in that situation? Are you going to go to him and he's going to say, "I showed him"? You're
No,
going to say, "But okay, then." So we have to show and tell because, like it or not, in the West, relationships are falling apart, and
you're right.
it's us as the adults, the grown-ups, that have to realize that maybe we didn't. Maybe thousands of years they were able to do this stuff. Why did it start falling apart in the last 70 years? Because we got too damn smart. We're all
Yeah,
too smart. We all think we know everything because we got access a library card and access to the internet. Maybe we should go back 2,000 to 3,000 years. People knew how to do this shit long before Google existed. Just a thought. Just a thought.
I agree with you.
All right. See you later. Bye bye.
A 29-year-old saying dating broke her from men sounds heavy, but it usually points to repeated negative experiences rather than something that just happened out of nowhere. Because dating, at its core, reflects patterns: who you choose, what you tolerate, and how long you stay in situations that don't work. This is where Kevin Samuels would bring in a hard truth, because saying you're broken by dating can sometimes remove accountability from the decisions that led to those outcomes. If the same type of man, the same dynamic, or the same result keeps happening, then it's not just bad luck. It's a pattern that hasn't been addressed. Now, that doesn't mean her experiences aren't real. It means they need to be understood properly. Because without identifying what went wrong, whether it's poor selection, weak boundaries, unrealistic expectations, or emotional decision making, the cycle continues under different faces. And here's the key point: healing doesn't come from blaming the entire dating market. It comes from adjusting how you approach it. Stronger standards, better discernment, and taking time to reset emotionally all play a role in changing outcomes.